All right, welcome back to Vegas, Gabe, everyone. I got some people in the house. There we go, Jack. Thank you so much for uh, for the membership. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Thank you. Art Moore, what's going on, bud? Mr. Mikey's in the house. How's it going today? Trends Thrift Shops here. How's it going? We're doing a little bit of a different live stream today. I'm actually here at home. I just wanted to do something different. Those of you guys know my channel very well know that I don't want my channel just to be solely relying on Kino or on slot live streams. So we're gonna do something a little bit different. I thought this would be actually kind of fun. Here we go. I got some chips right here for like a set of home chips right here, and then I got some blackjack cards. So we're actually gonna test the system. How often does the house really win, right? So we're gonna test this out. I know this is different. Please hit that like button. Let me know in your comments what you think about these type of live streams too. If blackjack works out well, we can do other kind of things too. Poker, stuff like that. But I actually went to school, dealer school, so I actually did finish learning how to be a blackjack dealer. Um, I actually worked as a blackjack dealer at a casino called Poker Palace. This was many, 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 many years ago. So I actually do know how to deal with blackjack. I haven't done it for years, so obviously I'm extremely rusty at it. But I know basic strategy, so let's test it out. Let's test the theory right here. We have our chips. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna act as a dealer on my side, and the player is gonna be across from me. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let them start off with $100 of chips. These are gonna be $5 chips. We'll do $10 hands. We're gonna do $10 hands, and we're gonna track how much they win or lose, and what the buy-in is. So right now, obviously they're bought in for $100. I got some cards right here. These are so basically I've won a lot of these cards from Oyo. That's why I'm using them. I guess they cut. I don't know why. I guess so they never use them or people don't try to cheat. They cut off the corners of them. Does anyone know why they actually do that? But yeah, anyway, I have a deck of cards here. I have a lot of these somewhere. I have to find them. Um, they were brand new yesterday. I already shuffled them like 100 times. I'm gonna shuffle them a couple more times right now. Esteban, cálmate. No sé qué estás pensando diciendo cosas así. Anyway, so I'm gonna shuffle these a few times. And again, don't mind my shuffling. I am extremely rusty at this. But how's everyone doing today, by the way? Thanks for being here. I appreciate you all more than you know. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Like, you guys know I'm still trying to kind of build my channel in different ways and seeing what works, what doesn't work. This is a newer type of stream today that I'm doing. I've never done anything like this. So, trial by error, right? We'll see how you guys like it. But again, I'm super rusty. That's including the shuffling, but we got it. We'll do one more. Like I said, I shuffled the crap out of these yesterday already. But we'll shuffle it one more time, and then we're gonna start, okay? Best day ever so far. Hope all you. Yeah, Melissa, today's been a good day. Thank you. You have a new job, blackjack deal. I hope it's not a new job where I'm doing it out of my room. That would be highly probably illegal. I'm sure in some way. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna um, cut the deck, put it right towards the bottom. In a real casino, they'd put the card through, but hey, it's okay. Good enough for us, right? So we're gonna go ahead and start. Okay. So once again, the player has a $10 buy-in. So we're gonna do. I mean, $100 buy-in. That's $100 right here. So we're gonna do is $10 buy-in, right? There we go. That's $10. Two chips. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay. So again, we're gonna basically simulate. We're playing in the casino, and I just want to see how far this is gonna take you. What do you guys think in the chat right now? There's 20 of you in here. Do you think that basic strategy gives the casinos an edge, gives the house an edge, or do you think you actually have a fighting chance when you're playing blackjack? What do y'all think? I know I've had luck. I've had bad luck where I've lost $100, $200 in one night. And on one of my birthdays, actually, I rolled back into Oyo one time, probably around 3 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, and I actually had one of the best nights ever on blackjack. At one point, I was up like $1,200, but I played some of it back down, and I ended up cashing out at like 800 and something. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys think the casino has an advantage or no? Well, that's a good That's a good starting point for the player, right? Again, I'm simulating being the dealer, okay? So, but what do you guys think? Does basic strategy give the casino an advantage, the house an advantage, or is it designed to give the player a chance? Obviously, the casino wouldn't have it if it gave the player a chance, right? So obviously the player would stand on 20, right? Basic strategy says to stand on 20. So let's flip and see what the dealer has now. So we're gonna play it just like the casino would play it, okay? So that's 16. The dealer has to hit on 16. That's 19. So the player still actually won on that one. Actually, you know what? I take that back. My bad. We're going to do something a little bit different here. I forgot something. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So we're going to start off. They had a $50 buy-in, okay? Because I need chips to pay them with. So they had a $50 buy-in, so they just won the hand, so they're going to get double their money, okay? So now they're actually up 10. Here, let me shift it a little bit so you guys can see it. So the player won that card, so they're actually up 10. So far, the player actually won the first hand, right? So let's get this out of the way. So that's a good start for the player, right? Yes, best odds I've heard. Have real players. Dan, the breaking news man, are you volunteering to play blackjack? You bring the money, I'll bring the cards. Uh-oh. Okay, so insurance. The player usually says no. Mike G's in the house. How's it going, Mike G? Was the vacuum broken? I don't know. I'm sure there's worse on YouTube. What did you say? What did you say? Oh, man. And just like that, dealer had blackjack. So now they're going to lose. So far it's 1-1, right? So 1-1. I mean, that's not terrible odds so far. I did practice yesterday. I had to practice my dealing skills. Dan, the breaking news man. I told you all I'm rusty at this. All right. So you have a soft 15, right? Can you explain insurance, please? So insurance is basically saying that you want insurance in case the dealer has blackjack. You don't win all your money back, but you do win. I think you get half of it back, or you get a partial amount back. So insurance is just saying that you're going to put insurance down just in case the dealer has blackjack. Feel free to hit the dealer. It's legal. I count double up. How's it going? I'm just assisting. Well, I appreciate you for being here. Thank you. So, okay. So it's not 7. I mean, you know that the dealer doesn't have blackjack, right? So we go. The players on basic strategy, you're supposed to hit on a soft 15. So there we go. 21. There you go. So that's a 21. So that's perfect. So you know they're going to stay. Let's go ahead and flip the card here. So dealer has 17. So actually the player won another one. So, okay, I'm an idiot. Sorry. I never put their bet down. So that the player actually won again. So they were going to match it, right? And of course, now you know, basically dealers, what they do is for the camera, you have to run your finger across to make sure it's even. So there you go. They won. So if you ever seen them do that, that's why they do that. Technically, for the camera, they're supposed to do that every single time. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? Was the vacuum broken? I don't think it's that bad. Jack, if you're still in the house, I appreciate you for becoming a channel member. Thank you. You guys can help me out by becoming a channel member as low as 99 cents a month. Hold on, sorry. Statistically, I've always heard the players have the best odds in any game at the casino. I don't know. I don't know if that's true though, because I don't think the casino would really have. I mean, I'm not saying you're lying. I haven't really looked it up, but I wouldn't assume that the casino would want anything that would give the players an advantage. You know what I mean? The house makes 70% of their total profit from slots. That's why they load up on slots. Yeah, I know that they actually prefer you playing slots than table games. That's why comps are usually much better. But yeah, People love to feed those machines. Yeah, and it's a really a scientific thing. Keep in mind that casinos will do anything to try to get you in the door. You know, there's a whole science behind casinos. That's why they don't have windows, because they don't want you to see. Like if you've been in a casino all day, they don't want you to look outside and be like, "Oh crap, it's dark already. I've been in here all day." So you'll never find windows in a casino. You'll never find clocks. You'll never find clocks anywhere in a casino. They only use colors that are appealing to the eyes, like positive vibe colors, because they want you to feel positive. Like, oh man, that next 20 could be that 20 that's going to win me a jackpot, you know? So they only use warm and fuzzy colors. Um, some casinos actually pump fragrance in the air. So there's a lot. You lose your insurance bet. The game then proceeds as usual. Yeah, but if they do, then you get a partial bet back, basically. We have a very large window, believe it or not, in Atlantic City at the Ocean Casino. Really? Retired canine, that's so rare. That's crazy. They put oxygen into... Oh, yeah. Actually, I've heard that, Melissa. Yep, for sure. All right. I know I'm yapping a lot, so let's do this. All right. So we know they don't have Blackjack already, the dealer. The player has 8, right? So obviously you're going to hit that. So 19. So that's actually good. So we're going to stay on that, right? Now dealer's turn. 14. Okay, they busted. 24. So actually on this one, the player surprisingly is doing pretty good. So again, we're going to match it. Bam. Set up their next bet. So the player's actually doing good on this one. I'm not keeping track. I'm keeping track with the chips, obviously. But I think at this point, I think the player has actually won more than the dealer. That's actually interesting. But again, you're going to have streaks like this, right? Las Vegas local, how's it going? Good to see you on here. Thanks for being here. Hey, Las Vegas local, question for you. We were just talking about like the science behind a casino, right? Is there anything that you can add to that? I know that some pump. We're talking about they pump oxygen into the air. They only use warm and fuzzy colors on the slot machines. They'll never have windows. They'll never put clocks because they don't want you to see the time. Is there any other sciences that you can add to that? All right, so we know that the dealer doesn't have blackjack. The player has 7, so obviously they're going to hit on that. That's 10. 17. Basic strategy says a hit on that, or stay on that. I'm sorry, stand. All right, so, dealer has 10. 14. Bust. Wow, I got to say the player's actually doing pretty good on this one. So we pay them out. Bam. Put that $10 set up for the next card. Here we go. Let's see here. Even the carpets in a casino are designed to look busy. I've heard hard on the eyes and keeps your head up. They don't want you looking down and want you looking at the games. Miller, yeah, even the carpet, you're 100% right. The carpet is designed exactly, yes. And also it's designed to obviously to kind of hide stains and stuff too. They make the front doors hard to find so you don't leave. Exactly. Casinos make it like a maze too because they don't want you to leave. Yep, that's a good point too. The window's blacked out so you don't know how long you've been there. Exactly, Fishy. Yep. Yep. And that's even if they have windows. Some won't even have windows. The crazy carpet design. Yeah, Melissa. Some have some really crazy carpet designs out there. Thanks for being here, everyone. Please double tap that screen. Hit that like button for me if you haven't yet. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Or you can become a channel member for as low as 99 cents a month. We're just simulating how Blackjack does, you know, does a casino, does the house really have the edge or not? Player has 20, so obviously they're going to stand on that. Let's flip this around, see what we got here. That's 11. Ooh, 21. Yikes, that's tough. So, player loses on that one. So we have $30, so the player's up $20 right now. Set up their next bet, $10 right there. But what do you guys think of a live like this? Are you guys enjoying it? Is this kind of cool? Is it kind of different? Waitress purposes take a while to bring your drink, so you gamble more. Yep, that's true. I know at Oyo, you guys know I'm at Oyo a lot. Oyo, they'll even tell people, because at the front lobby bar that I gamble at, I play Keno at a lot. That's their lobby bar, so they make all the drinks for for the casino floor there. And yeah, people come up, hey, I've been waiting for a while. Where's the cocktail server at? They only have one, and they'll tell them the server only goes around about every 30 minutes or so. So, and they do that on purpose, That's not a busy casino, so they can actually get away with that, but you know what I mean? They do that on purpose for sure. All right, gotta make sure there's no blackjack here. Nope. So they have a soft 16. Basic strategy says you hit. Now they have a hard 16. Dealer still has to hit on a 16. Bust. I'm sorry. Uh, Not dealer. Basic strategy says you're supposed to hit on a 16 against a face card. So basic strategy for the player said you're supposed to hit on that. So we hit on a 16 and we busted. But you always have to assume when the face card is up, you always have to assume that the dealer has 20, right? And they had 19. So yeah, they still would have beat a 16. So we followed basic strategy and it didn't work out, but they would have lost anyway, you know what I mean? So take that. Now the player's only up $10, and that's their new bet right there. Hey Quinn, how's it going today? Thanks for being here. I've watched streams. They show the blackjack tables and 90% were empty. Guess my point is they don't put dealers, so forces you to play slot. Here's one thing I can say that I think a lot of casinos, especially on the strip, kind of shot themselves in the foot by making the table games so minimum so high. Like there's some on the strip that are like $25 minimums. If some of them would keep $5 or $10 minimums, I guarantee you they'd have more people at those table games. So the strip really shot themselves in the foot by making the table game minimum so high. And that's why if you probably compare the table games on the strip to the table games on Fremont, you'll see that Fremont always has more players, but Fremont also has more 5, 10, $15 tables too. Quinn, how's it going today? Thanks for being here. Trying something a little bit different, but hopefully you guys are enjoying this. So my side, I'm simulating being the dealer, okay? So my side is the dealer. That's the player over there. That's their bet. So I got to check, make sure that the dealer doesn't have blackjack. Nope, they don't. All right. So basic strategy says you hit on a 14. 16, you're still supposed to hit on that. 20. There you go. That worked out for the player. So they got 20. They're going to stay on that. And then anytime the dealer's showing a face card, you always expect, or you always have to assume it's a 20. When you see a face card, you assume it's a 20. However, most people are going to follow basic strategy anyway. So player has 20. Let's go ahead and flip and see what the dealer has. Dealer has 18. So the player actually won on that one. So far, the player's actually kind of been able to stay in the game a little bit so far. All right, we paid them out. Next bet is there. We're going to go to shuffle real quick. I only have a few cards left, so we'll shuffle. Hey, you know what? I just heard something interesting in the news yesterday. I was at Oyo live streaming and gambling on Saturday night. I was playing Keno there. Some of you guys probably saw me. Um, I just heard in the news this morning, Oyo shut down Hooters, the Hooters restaurant. There's no more Hooters restaurant inside of Oyo at all. I gotta admit, I'm shocked at that. Um, Now, the news is saying that it's probably because of Hooters filing for bankruptcy, but I don't know. It could be because of foot traffic at Oyo too. Have you guys heard that? Las Vegas local? Did you see that in the news? Yeah, I agree. They had a pretty solid Hooters restaurant there. I'll tell you what, even before, so those of you guys that know that my history know that I moved to Las Vegas in like 2015-ish, and originally I moved out here for schooling. So I had to, when I first moved out here for schooling, it was for nursing school. I had to take a crap ton of exams. So I actually stayed here for a week. No, I take that back. I came for 2 or 3 nights. I think it was 2 nights, 3 days to do their entrance exams for nursing school, right? And then after that, I found out that I passed the entrance exams. I had to come back to take a couple of more exams, and then to enroll in the program, sign all the paperwork and all that, right? So when I came out here, I stayed at that time it wasn't Oyo, it was Hooters Hotel and Casino, but I stayed there for like a whole week. And sorry guys, give me 1 second, okay? I stayed there for like a whole week while I did my entrance exams, while while I signed all the paperwork to enroll in class and all that, and do all that fun stuff, right? They had to do my background check to get into nursing school and all that. So I stayed at Hooters for like an entire week. And I gotta say, I ate a lot at Hooters there. And I gotta say, their prices for being inside of a casino were actually pretty solid. Hey, Tat, how's it going? Thanks for being here. They were actually pretty solid. There was really good food. They actually have one of the me and my girlfriend both agree on this. They actually have one of the best burgers that we've ever had. It was the Western barbecue burger, and I don't know what it was with that particular location, but I feel like they made it really, really well. They also had some wings. They had like the Daytona wings that were really popular. So I feel like their food was actually pretty good. But I gotta say, you guys, if you guys watch my food reviews, you guys know that I like burgers a lot, and my girlfriend does too. And I feel like they had one of the best burgers. Um, one of the best burgers I've ever had there was the Western barbecue burger. So I'm shocked that they went out of business. If I'm being honest with you, I think that Oyo should have shut down. Sorry guys, but the shuffle's done. All right, so we got the $10 bet right here. We got the $10 bet for the player. Um, let's go. So far they're up. I got 10, 20, 30. So they're up $20 so far. Um, I think they should have shut down their Steak and Shake restaurant before they shut down their Hooters restaurant, if I'm being honest. Hooters has more potential. They're more wide known. Steak and Shake was in some financial trouble for a while too. All right, is that? All right, so dealer showing a face card. I gotta make sure it's not blackjack. Nope, it's not. Okay, so dealer showing a face card. However, you got a 10 right here anyway. So we won't double down against a face card. I wouldn't do that, but it is a 10, so it's looking okay so far. 15, now it's not looking so good. Now they busted 25. So they already busted, so we know that's gonna be a loss already, but 18. So we had to do what we had to do anyway. But yeah, so they lost that one. Do you guys enjoy these? Next time, of course, I'll be a little bit more professional and not do it on the floor. But this is just a trial run. I want to see what you guys thought about it. I think the burgers are better there than the wings. Yeah, I gotta say, I agree with that. I do agree with that. Like I said, that Western barbecue is one of the best ones that I've ever had. I appreciate the refresher course on Blackjack. How did they have to file bankruptcy, Melissa? In your opinion, what are the best casinos to play blackjack in Vegas and why? Anywhere where they pay 3 to 2 odds. So you're gonna find better odds, typically speaking, on Fremont Street. But you want 3 to 2 pay, not what is it, 5 to 3, whatever. You want 3 to 2. That's the better odds. Anything that doesn't pay 3 to 2 is honestly a ripoff, in my opinion. All right. So the dealer's showing a 5. That's a bus card. So the dealer's showing a bus card. So that's 13 right there. So basic strategy says you don't want to hit. You want to let the dealer take the risk, right? Because the dealer's showing a bus card already. So basic strategy says to stand on that. So soft 16, dealer has to hit. That's hard 16. Dealer still has to hit on that and bust. So see, you ended up winning, or player ended up winning. So let's pay them out there. Bam. And let's put this back on their pile. So yeah, 5 is considered a bust card. So on this one, you want to let the dealer take the risk on it, okay? We're just following basic strategy. I know some people are gonna say, why do this and I do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. How many decks are you playing? Just one. It's only me and one, the dealer and one player. So I mean, one is just fine. Oh, you like El Cortez? Yeah, El Cortez is a good spot to play for sure. You're right on that. Gambling Gary, how's it going today? Thank you for being here. Just trying something different today. Sometimes doing Keno or slots every day can become expensive, so we're just trying something a little bit different today. Plus, I actually did go to school. I went to dealer school, so there is, so dealer's showing a 9, and then player has 13. So you have to assume that's 19. So basic strategy says a hit on that. So that's 14 now. You have to hit, bust. Let's see what the dealer had. 17. So yeah, dealer would have won anyway. So, all right, we'll take the 10. Put their next bet out there. Maybe Oyo doesn't own it, and yeah, that's true, Quinn. You're right on that. Um, Even when it was Hooters Casino Hotel, I can't remember because I was part of management team there for a while. I can't remember the royalties they were paying every month just for using the name Hooters Casino. I want to say it was like 80 grand or something like that, 80 something grand a month. I could be wrong though, but it was a lot of money just for using the name Hooters Casino Hotel. So I know they still had to pay royalties, but I feel like Oyo's in trouble because if you look at Oyo from the front of it, the Hooters sign is damn near bigger than their Oyo sign. So I feel like they were still trying to use Hooters to get people in the door. Sidu Pup, Sidu, whatever your name is, you know what? Go back to your mom's basement. Coming in and talking trash. But Vegas uses more. There's some that use 5 decks, there's some that use 3 decks, and there's some that you can still find single deck blackjack. So, Melissa, he's gone. Gonna talk trash from his mom's basement like he's all big and bad. All right, so gotta make sure it's not blackjack. Nope. Okay, so again, you assume it's a face card showing, so you assume it's 20, right? Yeah, that's why they don't do it very often, and that's why single deck tables have different rules sometimes um than the other tables, you know. But yeah, so that's 7. You gotta assume it's a face card. You gotta assume it's 20. So we're gonna hit. Oh, that's not good. 13, 16. Yikes. Basic strategy says you still hit on a 16 and bust. But dealer had 20, so you got to do what you had to do anyway. But they busted, so let's take the money. Let's put the next bet out there. Um, 12 man Tony, how's it going? Thanks for being here. It's weird. It's still showing you guys' handles instead of your actual username. So, but luckily, I'm recognizing a lot of your names. So, all right, we got the $10 bet there. All right, make sure it's not blackjack. Ooh, and guess what? That's when the dealer would ask if you wanted insurance. Most people deny insurance or decline it. But yep, there's blackjack. So that's 2 blackjacks that the dealer's gone. The player hasn't gone blackjack just yet. So take that. Let's put up the next bet here. And yeah, you're right. Sometimes they will shuffle after every hand. Exactly. Yeah. Yep, actually you're right on that. And you'll even have the tables that have the automatic shuffler. They'll have it that basically after every, especially if there's, 2 or 3, 4 people at the table, that after every single hand, they'll bring up a new deck of cards that's already shuffled. So yeah, you're right on that. Me versus you now, $10 bet. All right, let's go. Bam. Okay, so dealer showing a 2, and the player has 16. Now here's the deal. Twos are tricky. Twos are tricky. Um, Twos are very tricky. But you have 16, and then this is 2. So two's technically considered a bust card. So yeah, at 16, that's a high bust possibility, right? So on this one, I would let the dealer take the risk on that. So the player's gonna stay or stand. So they have 12, 14, ooh, 18. Yikes. See what I mean by twos are tricky? Technically, two's a bust card, but yeah, twos are tricky. User MW, I'm at home, so probably no slots today. No, I'm not doing slots today. I can't do slots every single day or even Keno for that matter. I can do Keno more often than slots because Keno at least lets me play a little bit sometimes. And the player lost that one, so let's take the money. But yeah, no, there's no way, unfortunately, I can't do slots every day. I wish I could, trust me. Slots are great for views, but online slots, yeah, but would anyone really watch online slots? Ooh, okay. Well, at least 19's a good hand, though, right? So 19, obviously the player would stand on that. Again, twos are tricky. Yep, Melissa, exactly. So there's 14. I mean, sorry, 6. I don't know, where's 14? Okay, anyway, there's 6. 16. Dealer supposed to hit. Bust. So the player actually won this one. There you go. But yeah, you guys would actually watch some online slots. And then here's the thing. If we did online slots, um, wait, who won on this one? Player, right? Yeah, player won. Okay, let's pay them out. Bam. And then we're going to give them their... Yeah, and even if you guys would watch it, are there any that are like actually regulated and you guys recommend online slot wise? Okay, that's actually a good set for the players, so you know they're going to stand on that. Dealer showing a 4. That's 7. 14. And bust. 24. So the player would win that one. I gotta say, so far, it's actually been up and down for the player. Here, we'll do a quick shuffle again. I don't. I watch scratchers sometimes. Oh, yeah. Melissa, actually, you know what? I'm going to... So me and my girlfriend are going to... Give me 1 second, okay? Let me shuffle real quick. Me and my girlfriend are actually going to Mexico for a few... for a couple nights, 3 days, 2 nights. And we're actually going to fly into San Diego and then cross the border by foot. I'm just shuffling the deck, okay? Give me 1 second real quick. But since we're flying into California... I'm gonna actually buy a lot of scratchers there, so I'll buy some scratchers there, and we will do some scratchers live streams. Would you guys like that? Huge community of ticket scratchers. Yeah, that's awesome. If player hit, they will shuffle and change dealer often. Yeah, that's true, Quinn. There was only one time where I was actually, and this was back in like 2016ish, where I was a regular at Oyo, but they actually knew me more at the tables. And if the dealer would tell the pit boss, hey, Gabe is getting absolutely crushed on Blackjack, can we shuffle? The pit boss would actually sometimes make exceptions for me and actually let the dealer shuffle to try to mix it up in my favor. That was kind of cool. But yeah, of course not. Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm excited for Mexico. I'm half Mexican. I speak Spanish fluently. I was raised practically fully Mexican. So, I speak Spanish fluently. I know the culture. I love it out there. I really do. I enjoy Mexico a lot. I've always had a great time out there. I love Tijuana. I love Rosarito. I've been to Cabo San Lucas twice. I have been to Mexico City one time. So I really enjoyed out there. But yeah, Quinn, you're right. Normally they'll do anything they can like that. Shuffle it around. And if you win a few hands in a row, I'm sure the eye in the sky is already watching you too. Does basic strategy dictate always hitting on 16 or less and standing on 17 or more? Yes. Yeah. Basically, if the dealer's... I'll explain it as I do the hands. But if say the dealer's showing a face card, the basic strategy says the player should always hit on 16 and stand on 17. Is showing cooking your favorite meal? Yeah, we could do that. My girlfriend's actually a cook / chef, so she would actually love that. She actually expressed some interest at doing more cooking streams / stuff like that on her channel, so that'd be pretty cool. I've heard if you show the pit boss... You're gonna end up in jail. Yep, in jail, absolutely. Alright, sorry about that, but we're shuffled dirty. And again, I'll just cut the deck randomly. We're not going to put that little piece of paper through. We're just going to cut it and put it towards the bottom, okay? Alright, let's roll. Oh, that's a good sign for the dealer or the player, right? Do it. There you go. Player got a little something there. So, they already won. So, on Blackjack, what you do is pays 3 to 5, right? So you pay them out and they get like that. So that's kind of cool. So we'll set them up again. Let's see where the player stands right now. That's 10, 20, 30, 40. So the player's up 1250 so far. So I gotta say, the players actually kept like stayed in there. That's true. There is side bets. Yeah, the side bets it depends on what casino you go to. Two of the same two cards, same suit. There's a lot of side bets out there. I won't even try to go over all of them, but there's a lot of different side bets. Yeah, there was one time where a guy was betting $5 or $10 on a side bet that paid 30 to 1, and he was betting. I think it was 5 or 10. I think it was $10, and it would have paid 30 to 1. And I ended up getting the same suit. I think it was the same suit, Jack 10 or same suit something, but I was only betting $1 at Oyo when it was Hooters Casino. The guy got so mad he literally punched the table, and security had to come and tell him, "Hey, we're not gonna have none of that, okay?" My sister was a dealer and she never lost. If anyone was winning, they put her ex-father-in-law was one of the best card counters. He was, oh wow. But yeah, it's getting so much harder to count cards now. All right, so we got the bet up here because casinos don't want you to have the advantage at all. So it's getting so much harder to count cards now. All right, so here's the thing with that one. Sage, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. So here's the thing. Basic strategy on this one. Art Moore, how's it going, bud? Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a channel member too. I appreciate it. So on this one, it's basically, you have to assume it's 13, right? So there's 3, and then the player has 13, right? So on this one, basic strategy says let the dealer take the risk because 3 is considered a bust card. So on this one, the player would stand and let the dealer take the risk. So you flip it, 5, 10, 21. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, that's rough. But you did what you're supposed to. Basic strategy said to stand. Set the next card up. I think it's a hit, Gabe. 13 on dealer, 2 or 3 is a hit. See, Artmore, that's where you're gonna find that people have, even though basic, I believe basic strategy says you're supposed to stand. I could be wrong because it's been a long time since I went to dealer school, but I think 3 you're supposed to stand on that because it's considered a bust card. Twos are the really tricky ones, but I believe even basic strategy says you're supposed to stand on a 2. I can't remember, but I know I'm pretty sure on 3 you're supposed to stand and let the dealer take the risk. All right, there's a $10 bet right there. All right, dealer showing 19. You got 10. So you know what? Let's get a little creative, right? Because let's get a little interesting here because it's been a pretty even bet. It's been pretty even sided so far. So on this one, you know what? We're gonna double down. So when you double down, you have to match the bet. There it is. And you know what? Just to make it more interesting, we're gonna put it when you double down, you only get 1 card. So let's do 1 card face down, and then now the dealer's turn, right? So they're showing 9. There's 18. So there you go. So dealer has 18. So we have to get better than that. Ooh, yikes! 14. So that's it. Dealer won. So they win both of these. But in my personal opinion, anything that's usually 17 or above that the dealer's showing, if they're showing a 7 or above, I usually won't double down unless I've been doing really, really well. I usually won't double down because they still have a shot of winning, you know what I mean? They're still showing a 7. If they have 17, they already don't have to hit again, you know what I mean? Counting cards is easy, but they spot it. Art More, how about if they have multi-card, like 5-card decks? How do you do it? Plus, I always get into the game and forget about the count. Yeah, especially if you're drinking, you know? All right. Oh, I got to make sure it's not Blackjack. Nope. All right. So they're showing a face card, so you have to hit. 13, you definitely have to hit. 20. There you go. We'll take that. So 20, they're going to stand on that. Dealer's showing a face card. Bam, 20. So that one's a push. So you don't win and you don't lose. Which, in my opinion, if you didn't win or lose, that's already a win. Because the casino didn't take your money on that hand. But yeah, like I said, like we were talking about earlier, the casino will take take away an advantage, and any advantage that you may have, they're gonna try to find a way to take it away from you. You know what I mean? All right, so they have 20. Obviously, you're gonna stand on that. 14, dealer has to hit. 16, they still have to hit. Bust. So the dealer or the player won on this one. So we're gonna match it. Bam, there it is. So let's see where we're at right now. I think it's actually 50-50. 10, 20, 30, 40. Wait, is it? 20, 30, 40, 50. I have no idea how I ended up with an extra one. Oh well. Yeah, we ended up with 55. I don't know how. But we're just going to roll with it. Card counting is not easy if it's 6 deck. No, not at all. Oh, Blackjack. Player got Blackjack. Alright, so we already know that. Bam. So we don't even have to continue that. So on this one, we're going to do this. Bam. So that's actually 2 blackjacks for the dealer, I believe, and 2 blackjacks for the player. So far, I gotta say, this has been pretty fair. I feel like in the casino, sometimes you're not so lucky. I don't know. Maybe you guys need me as a dealer then when you guys go gamble, because this has been pretty fair. So now I'll let you guys decide this. I will let you guys 100% decide this. Dealer showing a 3, which is considered a bust card. It's not a very high bust card, but it's still considered a bust card against 2 4s. What do you guys want me to do? Do you guys want me to just hit it like normal? Do you guys want me to double down, or do you guys want me to split? I'll do whatever you guys want me to do. It's fake money anyway, right? So just hit, double down, or split. Thank you everyone for being here, by the way. I appreciate it. This is a newer type of stream. If you guys like it, then next time I'll set it up on a table and actually be more professional, you know. This is just a trial run, but please double tap that screen, hit that like button for me. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. My name is Gabe. I am a Vegas local. I do a little bit of everything. Keno streams, slot streams, food reviews, walking a strip when it's not 110 outside. I'll give it a few more seconds. I'll let you guys choose. Just hit, double down, or split. I'll give it about 10 more seconds if I don't double down. Okay, 12th man Tony answered first, so we'll go with that. So we're just going to double down on that, okay? So on the double down, again, you match the bet, right? Bam. Oh, I'm sorry. Holy crap. I took that from the wrong stack here. There you go. Double down. So they're double down, and then they only get 1 card, okay? So I'm going to put it face down just to keep it more interesting for us. That's the only card they get. Bam. 13. Bust. So the player actually won on that one. There we go. That worked out, right? And let's see what the player had anyway. 16. But they busted, so it doesn't matter. So let's go ahead and pay out the winnings here. Bam. All right. That's good. The player made a little bit of a comeback right here. 2 is a coin flip. Yeah. Honestly, you could have gone either way, but I feel like TB was right on this one. Like TB was right. Double down worked out well. All right, so we got the $10 bet there. Okay, we gotta make sure it's not blackjack. Nope. So on this one, you see a face card, right? When you see a face card, you automatically assume it's 20. You have to assume it's 20. So the player's showing 13. You want to hit on that? 18. That's better, right? Basic strategy says you stand on that. So now let's flip this out away. 20. So, all right. Dealer still won. However, you know, 18 wasn't a terrible hand, though. I think we got enough for one more hand. Then we'll shuffle. $1 buy-in, $50 return, ace king suited. Oh yeah, Yep, that's right. The side bet. All right. So dealer showing 18. Player has 9. So you got to assume that's 18, right? So you definitely hit on that. So you go 20. There you go. That's good. So now you'd stand on a 20. Now let's see what the dealer has. 14. Ooh, bust. 22. So player wins. So let's go ahead and pay that out. Right there. We'll put it on the player's chip side. And I'm going to do a quick shuffle, okay? And you guys know that on my last few live streams, I've done a kind of like a topic of the day, right? So I'll come up with a cool little topic of the day for us right now. What is your table game of choice, though? Or actually, let me ask you guys this. What's been your biggest win so far? Do you guys usually win more on blackjack? Do you guys usually have better luck on roulette? Or do you guys have better luck on craps or even poker? What do you guys usually have better luck on? Hey, Maria, thanks for being here. Yeah, I'm just doing some blackjack at home. I have a little poker chip set. I have a table game or a deck that's actually from the casino. So, yeah, we're just doing a single card blackjack here. And we're just kind of simulating how the player would be doing if we were in a casino right now. So right now I have 30, which means that the player is up about $25 right now. And we've been playing about 45 minutes right now, so I would say that's a win. Player's up $25. If you're at a casino, the player probably would have had a couple of drinks by now. So I don't know. I would say that's a win, right? What do you guys think? You have any experience of talking to the dealer? You have any experience of talking to other people at the table? Oh, Baccarat. Yeah, that's a good one. Austin, I didn't even think about Baccarat. I started to actually learn Baccarat in dealer school. I had 3 choices, right? When I went to dealer school, I can choose 3 different choices. I chose to learn blackjack, roulette, and Baccarat. So I had pretty much mastered, I wouldn't say mastered, but I was done through blackjack. I did well. I learned it already. And then I was probably about 50% of the way through roulette. And I was starting to go into the rotation of kind of dealing Baccarat a little bit, but I wasn't quite through roulette just yet. And then I went to school one time, my dealer school, and they told me, hey, Poker Palace is actually looking for dealers, and you only have to know blackjack. They're like, you know blackjack already. Why don't you go and audition? Worst case scenario, they don't hire you, but at least you know what an audition is now. They told me, I recommend you go. You might get the job. So I went. The very next day, I auditioned for blackjack. I got hired right on the spot for blackjack. So I actually never finished the dealer school. So I never finished roulette, and I never finished Baccarat. But Baccarat was a very intense one to learn. Roulette, there's 2 things I would say on roulette. You know, when you spin the ball, you have to learn how to spin the ball properly. That was interesting. And then the other one is obviously the payouts, 35 to 1 if your number hits. If you're splitting 2 numbers, it's, I think, 18 to 1. I can't remember. 18 to 1, I think. If you're splitting 4 numbers, it's 8 to 1. Outside bets are even. So if you bet $5, you win $5. So all that stuff like that. That was kind of interesting. There was a time I was gambling in the casino at Alton Towers theme park and resort. MX, where's that at? This lady came up to me, put $5 in or €5 in the machine. I was using hit bonus, took the ticket out, including my money, and then said I'd pay for her services. Oh wow. I only had about 350 in the machine. Wow. What's my favorite table game? That's a great question, Nicholas. I don't know. I guess I do like blackjack, or I guess I do like roulette. I guess you could say I enjoy roulette a lot. But to be honest with you, I want to learn craps. That's my next one that I want to learn because I know some people have some great luck on craps. So I actually really want to learn craps. Does anyone have any good strategies for craps? Was the Poker Palace on Las Vegas Boulevard or off of Fremont and Ninth? Off of Las Vegas Boulevard, I believe. It was kind of in the hood. All right. Yeah, we're not going to play on the floor next time. All right, ready? So there's a $10 bet right there. All right, so the player showing 18, you want to stand on that. Dealer showing 17, so they don't have to hit on that. So the player won on that one. So let's match their 10. Bam. That's a good start for the player, right? What part did I say kinda on? I already forgot. I'm rambling. Oh, okay. So here's something we can do. Keep it interesting, right? So the dealer's showing a 4, which is a bust card. The player actually has 11. So we're going to double down on that, right? So, oh crap, I did it again. Take it from their pile. So that we're going to double down on that. They get 1 card on that. We're going to put it face down. Let's flip it, see what the dealer has. Ooh, 11. Yikes. 12. 14. Yikes. Bust. All right, let's see what they had. Okay. So 19. Not a terrible one, but yeah, the dealer busted anyway, so wouldn't have mattered. So let's match this out here. Bam. Now the player just made a little bit of a comeback. Look at that. Let's collect these. And guess what? The player is officially up $55 now because that's all the red chips. I split it 50-50 with the player, and that's all of them right there. So there you go. The player's up $105 now. Oh, the hood part of Northtown. I mean, I just remember it wasn't in the best area. Yeah, I would see people getting kicked out and stuff. All right. So now basic strategy says you're supposed to stand on that, right? Dealer has a bust card. You have 20. That's a pretty solid hand already. So dealer says you're supposed to stand on that. But I'll let you guys decide in the chat. Do you guys want me to stand or split? Sage says split. I'll wait for a couple other people to answer. Here, I'll give you guys a couple seconds, okay, to decide. What I'm going to do in the meantime, I'm going to make some change here, okay? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right, but I gave the, don't worry, I gave the, I'm still keeping track of winnings, so I just gave him a green chip instead of a red. Here, I'll put it in the camera so you guys can see. Bam. Split it like some morons. I'll split it. You guys just know basic strategy says you have a winning card. 20 is a pretty solid hand. So basic strategy says you're supposed to stand against a bust card, okay? Because that's a winning hand right there. But all right, real quick, I'll give it like 10 more seconds, and then we're just going to go with the decision. Type 1 to stand, type 2 to split. 1 to stand, 2 to split. Sage says split. I know TB said stand. Do we have a tiebreaker? I need one more person for tiebreaker. Split. Okay, we got 2 to split. We'll split it. But just know basic strategy says that you're supposed to stand on that, okay? But we'll split it. So what you do now, 16 against a 4, basic strategy says stand. Let the dealer take the risk on that. Now you go to your next one. 20, 20. Obviously, that's a good hand, so you want to stand. So now it's up to the dealer. That's a 9. Yikes. 19. Okay, so basically on this one, you lose. On this one, you win. So we're just going to move this one over. Consider it paid out. So 1 and 1, not bad. But yeah, basic strategies would say to stand on that. And if I remember correctly, what was the first card? I'm trying to think. What's the first card that we got over here? I can't remember. Anyway, it was 1 and 1. All right, let's move this bet over again. All right, 5 is a high bust card. So basic strategy says you let the dealer take the risk, so you're going to stand on that. 8. 16, they have to hit on that. Bust. So do player 1 on that one. So pay him out. Player's actually doing pretty solid on this one now. If you guys play Blackjack, maybe I should be your dealer. All right. Dealer showing a 9. Turn winner in a push. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm not gonna lie. I usually follow basic strategy on the tables, because I feel like if you don't follow basic strategy, there's some times where, and you follow your emotions, you're just all over the place. You're an emotional roller coaster, you know. So I like to follow basic strategy. So dealer showing 9, you have to assume that's 19. So player has 12. 16, that's rough. Basic strategy says you're supposed to hit up until 17, so yikes, over by 1, 22. So take that. Oh. Yeah, 14. But you did the right thing by basic strategy. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying this, though. Like I said, I'm just doing something different, getting a little creative here. But like I said, I won't do this on the floor again. We need a proper chair. Next time I'll set it up on a chair. All right, so we got the bet right here. Uh-oh, make sure it's not Blackjack. Nope. All right, I'll let you guys decide. So you got a face card here. You got a face card, right? So you got to assume 20 when you see a face card. But you have an 11. Now, basic strategy, I believe, would say you don't want to double down on that because it's a face card, which is a high chance of the dealer winning. But I'll let you guys decide. If you want me to double down, type 1. If you want me to just hit normal, type 2. So double down 1. Just to hit 2. Sage is saying 2. Yeah. All right, cool. So we're just going to hit like normal. And that's a good thing. 12. 19. All right, we're stand on that. 20. So yeah, it was the right call. Because even if you would have doubled down, you only would have gone 1 card, which is the ace. And that would have been 12 against a 20, so you would have lost double, basically. So, yeah, it was a good call just to... And that's why on that one, that's why basic strategy says just to hit and not double down. If it was against a bust card that the dealer is showing, then I would absolutely say double down. But on this one, it was the right call, not to. All right, so we got 20 for the player. Obviously, you want to stand on that. Dealer showing a 2. 10. Yikes. 20. So it's just a push on that one. Trying it all. Hi, babe. Thanks for being here. Oh, we get to try a new buffet. You guys, you're going to have a buffet video coming up soon. There we go. All right. Player, dealer. Okay. So this is a tricky one, guys. 12 against a dealer showing a 3. That's a tricky one. Hit. Yeah, 2s are tricky. I hate 2s. 2s are tricky. So I believe basic strategy says you're actually supposed to stand on that one. But 2s are tricky. So yeah, just for the heck of it, we're going to hit right here. So 17. Okay, that's not bad. So soft 14. Now 14. 17. So that's another push. Wow. 2 pushes in a row. And give me a second. We're gonna shuffle real quick, okay? Oh, almost forgot a card there. Yeah, babe, no more Oyo, no more burgers at Hooters inside of Oyo. If you don't know what China Doll's talking about, the news that we just saw that Oyo Hotel and Casino shut down their Hooters. So no more Hooters at Oyo Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. I'm kind of shocked by it. I truthfully think I don't know if it has to do with their financials. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that Hooters filed bankruptcy and they're closing a lot of their locations, or I don't know if Oyo made that decision to get rid of Hooters, but I think it's a mistake on Hooters or Oyo's part. I feel like they should have shut down the Steak and Shake long before they shut down the Hooters, if it was their call, because that Steak and Shake, it's just it's not it. It's not it. Dealer 2 is a coin flip. Yeah, Quinn, it is. Now, basic strategy says you're supposed to treat a 2 like a bus card, but it's tough. Okay, China Doll, babe, I won't be live for too long, so I'm sure we can talk after the stream. Hooters girls have gone. Actually, it was the article. The article that I read, it was on Facebook, so of course people can comment. So a lot of people were kind of giving their opinion. A lot of people said it was the staff. A lot of people said it was the food. A lot of people said it was just the location. I don't know. Oh, Austin, when do you get into town? Yeah, it's going to be a warm week. This week, temperatures, I think, are on the rise a little bit. Sorry, guys, I'm just shuffling, okay? Yeah, it's going to be a hot week for sure. Oh, you arrive tomorrow. Nice, okay. You don't have to tell us the price, of course, but just in general, did you end up getting decent flight prices, or were they kind of pricey? All right, I'm just going to cut the deck, okay? I think Gabe is cheating. He seems to get a lot of face cards when he hands, not shown. Then when he deals mysteriously, he gets high card. I want that fake money. What can I say? So so the dealer's showing a 3. Player has 14. Now, basic strategy says to stand on that. I know, Sage, you're good. Basic strategy says to stand on that. So we're going to stand. Let the dealer take the risk. Oh, that's 10. 21. Holy cow. Yeah, no bueno. Let's get the new bet over here. So, dealer showing a 2. Player showing 16. I don't mind telling people, but it was around 6. Oh, okay, nice. Austin, there you go. That's not bad. So, dealer showing a 2. Player has 16. Against this one, I know 2s are tricky, but against this one, 6 is a high bust card. So I'm going to stand on that one. 11. Uh-oh. Don't do it. 20. All right. Put the next bet up there. So dealer has 18. Player has 2. Ron's in the house. Hey, Ron. Hello, everyone. Just woke up, not feeling good today. Everyone have a great night going to bed. Ron, take care. Get some rest. Drink plenty of water, and I hope you feel better. All right. So 2 against 18. You have to hit on that. 14. Yikes. 17. We're going to stand on that. 11. Uh-oh. 21. Holy cow. 3 in a row that the dealer just got. But here's what we're going to do here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the card portion of this. We've been live for like an hour and 6 minutes now. So we've been playing for most of that time, unless I was like shuffling or something. So now let's count and see where we're at. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, Ron, get some rest for sure. Please feel better soon. All right, so let's see what the player has, okay? So here's 25. We're using this one. This is a $25 chip. And then $10, 20, 30, 35, 40. So 40, 65. So they're up about $15. So the player's up about $15 in our little simulated experiment here. So how did you guys like that? I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. It's something different. I promise next time I'll actually do it on a table or somewhere more professional. And I'll tell you guys what, I'll even have like a beer. That's what I'll do next time is I'll drink a different beer or a drink. Since I'm a bartender, I can make like a mixed drink, or I'll make a beer that I've never tried and kind of critique the beer on stream while I'm playing some blackjack and simulating this. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was something different for you guys. Austin, I can email you. I'll email you, see how long you're in town for, okay? But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please double tap that screen, hit that like button for me. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Me and China are going to do a couple of cool videos coming up in the next 2 or 3 days, including a new buffet, a new pool we're actually going to go and check out. So tons of stuff coming. Thank you so much. Please make sure to hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. We're chasing 7,000 subscribers. Or you can also become a channel member for as low as 99 cents a month. But thank you so much, everyone. It means the world to me. I don't know what I'll do for a live stream tomorrow. I'll see and I'll figure it out. But Wednesday, we're probably going to go play some Keno at that new bar in Henderson that I like. So I'll try to schedule them ahead of time, okay? But thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Have a great night. I appreciate it. Take care. And I'll see you tomorrow.